Let's bring in our next fight of the evening, making his way to the blue corner, Jacob Wehrung. And now making his way to the red corner, Pernell Stevens.
All right, so he's going to the prep point, as you can see there, and all the fighters do it. And what I love about Tuff-N-Uff is they come really close to mimicking what you see at the highest levels in the UFC and Bellator, World Series of Fighting. You know, you see the same commissions, you see the same judges. That's why I love this organization, man. They've created a lot of opportunities for a lot of fighters. All right, we got both middleweights in the cage, and now we're going to send it up to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 two-minute rounds in the Tuff-N-Uff 185-pound weight class. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with a record of no wins and 2 losses, fighting independently right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Jacob Wehrung. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner with 1 win and 6 losses, fighting out of Fight Capital right here in Las Vegas, Nevada as well, Pernell P-Dub Stevens. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Dr. John Quinn.
Dr. John Quinn, the third man in the booth, the third man in the cage. And we got P-Dub, Pernell Stevens, black trunks. And we have Jacob Wehrung, black trunks with white trim. All right, Wehrung trying to establish a jab there. It looks like he obviously has a slight reach advantage.
Really wide stance, huh? Look how much ground he covers.
He does cover a lot. These are middleweights here and the Tuff-N-Uff cage. Thank you, Barry Meyer, for creating this organization. You made it what it is, and here we go. Both guys slinging some leather. They come out of that sequence. Look like Wehrung might have gotten an extra shot in there to lead this dance.
When you see a wide stance like that, you would expect more of a jab to be thrown out there. And it seems like he wants to throw it. He's just not committing to it.
Stevens feinting. Now he throws. Looks like both guys landed a 2. That's a straight right. Boy, you're right. That is a wide stance, isn't it?
It is. And it looks like P-Dub's just trying to get that timing down.
Yeah.
But
He
both guys
missed
just
with
need
a
to
1 and
commit.
2.
They need to commit a little bit more on their strikes.
Oh, Wehrung just missing with his straight right. I don't think this is going to go the distance. Leg kick there by P-Dub, Pernell, Stevens.
You know, it strikes like that. If he can mount a few more of those, it's going to make it a lot easier for people to figure out who's winning these rounds.
Yep. Nice 1-2 there by Wehrung. What kind of a warning was that from the referee? Did you catch that?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, I think his hand was open.
Okay. Dr. Quinn saying, this ain't pancreas.
Tell that to Nick Diaz.
Yeah, really. All right, that's the end of 1 round. Jacob Wehrung versus Pernell P-Dub Stevens. That's a really tight round.
It is. You know, I think I'm going to have to give it to Jacob Wehrung.
So am I.
He just landed a couple, I would say maybe 2 more solid right hands.
Right. I'm going to
But
see
there
if
wasn't
I
a lot
can
of
hear the referee. Yeah, the referee's just telling him he wants him to close his hand. So maybe he's pairing, or maybe he's afraid of his fingers getting in his eyes. I don't know.
Could be.
I've never known for a slap to be a problem, have you?
Well, they got a moment here to make some adjustments, and we didn't really see either guy really too interested in taking the fight to the ground. I wonder if when we come back here for round 2, maybe somebody takes that chance.
I'm looking at Stevens. He looks fresh. Wehrung looks fresh. So we got 2 well-trained athletes. They got fights under their belts. Almost 10 fights between the 2 of them. Here we go. Wehrung, tap out, black trunks, white trim. Stevens, black trunks, white trim, vertically on the side of his shorts.
A little bit more energy out of P-Dub here. He's looking
Oh
great.
yeah, P-Dub.
Good right hand.
Exactly, he landed too. Wehrung got out of the way, he spun out. Good job. I think Stevens' corner probably told him, you may have lost that round, get busy.
Yeah.
2-minute rounds here in Tuff-N-Uff. Gorgeous George along with The Goes from MMA Junkie Radio. The New York Badass Phil Baroni will join us very shortly.
You know, round 1 may have just been more of a little bit of a feeling out process here because both guys seem to have a little bit more energy.
Stevens misses, and it created opportunity for Wehrung, but Wehrung was not able to land. He threw some punches, but it wasn't able to land there. Both guys very wide with their punches, but there's some power there. I believe that was a slip. I don't think the punch connected. Stevens now throws a leg kick. Not much damage there. Wehrung still pushing forward. Wehrung wearing the blue on his gloves. Stevens wearing the red. That's representative of the corners that they came from.
Where he landed a nice little strike there, but it looks like it's P-Dub now. It's got some good positioning here.
He's got him up against the fence. Let's see if he can get him down. Some knees there from Wehrung. I don't know that it's really doing much to stop P-Dub. Wehrung making a face and a gesture to the referee. Maybe there might have been a low shot.
Yeah,
low blow
definitely.
there.
Something affected him there in that clinch.
All right, just over 20 seconds left here in the first round. Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Fighting Championships. These are the future stars of MMA.
Ooh,
Oh, that one was seen.
That was bad.
P-Dub pleading guilty immediately. But the referee has not done anything to intervene. Actually, the action could have still continued. Dr. John Quinn told him, keep fighting. Luckily, it was the end of the round, although Wehrung did get up to his credit.
You know, it was a clear shot, and Stevens, being the sportsman that he is, he was able to admit that he hit him low.
He was. And how do you score that round? You know, Stevens came out of the gate pretty quick. He also pinned him up against the cage. There was some action there. I think I'm leaning towards Stevens because he's not going to get a point detracted. From what I could tell, it just looked like there was just a little more activity out of him.
Yeah, there's a lot more aggression for him in round 2, and he landed more shots. So yeah, that definitely it's his round. I have him 1-1 going into this third.
Phil Baroni getting a shout out from Justin Bernard. I actually was on the UFC Fight Pass the other day, and I did come across Baroni and Benet. That never gets old.
Hey, I think Dana White tweeted that the other day.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was, yeah. All right, this is the third round. Pernell Stevens versus Jacob Wehrung. Both wearing black trunks. Wehrung wearing blue on his gloves. P-Dub wearing red on his gloves. You could always say Wearing's the white guy, P-Dub's the black guy.
You know, I love the instructions that's coming out of the corner.
I keep it simple, folks. All right, so here we go. Leg kick by Stevens. Nice jab by Wehrung. He misses with the 2. Stevens comes back with a left hook, misses. Wehrung acknowledges. He acknowledges that, hey, you were close. They both were close. Almost a minute gone, though, and someone's got to take control here.
Good left hand from Wehrung.
Big time left hand from Wehrung. See how this fight winds down here. Who wants it more? Leg kick there by Stevens. I think this fight's going to be decided by the fists. I don't know that the leg kicks are really stopping Wehrung much. He keeps pushing forward.
This is where Stevens had success, though, in round 2, was when he started to move a little bit more. He just got to set up that big right hand, though.
Yeah, if it lands, could be in some trouble. Oh, he catches him! Nice big right! Wehrung, though, with an up kick to defend himself. He's still on the ground, and P-Dub's on top, inside control, with 34 seconds left. Let's see what he can do with this. Wehrung was hurt, though. Straight to his back.
You know, it was only a matter of time before that shot landed, right?
Yeah. Wehrung needs to do something. He's attacking with some knees, but I don't know they're having much effect. Stevens' best bet probably might be to just stay on top at this point. He's in the lead. You're going to have to give him this round unless there's some sort of a miracle submission. And I don't think there's going to be one. Some ground and pound to follow up. And that's the end of the fight, folks. Pernell Stevens and Jacob Wehrung. Great third round between both guys. I think that may have been the difference in the fight. I score the fight 29-28 for Pernell Stevens. That's my unofficial scorecard. How about you guys?
Last 2 rounds I gave to Stevens, and he really capitalized there on that last round. Made a statement. Who knows? Maybe the belt might have saved Wehrung there.
And if you were to judge it like Ryzen has as of late, or let's just call it the old Pride rules, by the course of the fight, I would still give it to Stevens.
Definitely.
Yeah. You said it goes right after you said it is when he landed that right. And we're going to be honest here. I mean, my opinion is it's not the cleanest right, but you can tell there's power behind it. So if it lands with these 4-ounce gloves, someone's going to go down. Wehrung just got caught. He went down. He wasn't out for the count. In fact, he immediately threw an up kick a la Oleg Taktarov in 1996.
Renzo Gracie?
Getting caught by Renzo Gracie, exactly. What was the name of that organization?
Mars.
Mars, that's
Reality
right.
Fighting.
It was. Dude, that's 20 years, 1996.
I think,
we're in 2016.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Oleg, didn't he have only 1 glove on for that fight? 1 MMA glove, I think, or something like that?
I don't recall. You might be right. This is Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Fighting Championships. Barry Myers, world famous Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Fighting Championships. These are the Future Stars MMA. Let's get the official decision from Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of war, we have your winner by unanimous decision, Pernell P-Dub Stevens.
Well, just like we thought, Pernell Stevens does get that decision and a medal from the Hooter girls. Nice hug with Jacob Wehrung. Great second fight here at Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Fighting Championships. Next up, more middleweight action coming your way. Gorgeous Georgian goes here calling the fights. Phil Baroni will be joining us soon.